I have to say that I'm really displeased with the modern online furry community. Most of my reactions with them has been overwhelmingly negative. The reason I'm saying this is, as you guys know, I'm a person that grew up in the 2000 era. Most of my entertainment was built around tits and violence. Like, that's what DC Comics was selling, that's what Marvel was selling, that's what most of American TV shows were like. And so that's what I still like. You know, I like my entertainment like Stellar Blade, tits and violence. Simple fantasy escapism works for me, right? The people that were absolutely livid with this and absolutely against this seems to be furries. I don't know why, I can't articulate it, but it's a pattern that I've noticed more than once. Like, you would go on Twitter and you would say something like, I hate the fact that in Diablo 4, they gave female characters strong jawlines, they nerfed breasts, and they made them look masculine. And they don't even call them women, they call them body type B. And immediately you'd get people accusing you of being a gooner, people attacking you, and you would go into their profile, you would want to see, like, who the fuck is attacking me? And you notice that they're into furry diaper pornography. Like, literally, they would post it on May. And you're wondering, like, what the fuck is this person doing? What is their problem? And then there was, like, another guy, a Christian content creator. He's pretty famous. Like, if you know Melody Max Circle, you probably know who I'm talking about. But, like, this guy, you know, banned pornography, blah, blah, blah. And to him, pornography is anything that stimulates the senses. Like, for him, probably an anime girl in a bikini is hardcore pornography. Based on his definitions, right? People go onto his timeline. Apparently, they find out that he was also sharing not just furry pornography, but the one of the homosexual variety. And again, like, on main, sharing it with no shame, just putting it up there for people to see. And so it's bizarre. It's like, okay, so this wave of puritanical thinking is coming from the world's most unexpected source. Like, people who engage into that type of content and notice that I don't say anything, I just click and move on, right? Like, I don't stop to moralize. I'm just like, they're coming and they're moralizing me for liking video games like Stellar Blade. They're the ones going and harassing Japanese artists. Like, I have seen Japanese artists draw My Hero Academia characters, not even in sexual environments, but like maybe fan service or on the beach or something, like fully clothed, right? But maybe they have cleavage. People call them pedophiles. And then when you look at the people making the accusations, they're into furriness. Wasn't there like a scandal with a moderator from Discord that also decided to go on an anime jihad, but he was actually exposed to be a furry? And then when people were saying, well, let's apply the same rules to furries, they were like, no, furries are different. Again, look, I'm not part of the community. I'm just noticing that people are against their own self-interest. Like, if you're engaging in shit that is at the edge of society, why the fuck would you attack other shit that is also at the edge of society? Like, it's kind of counterintuitive. Like, you're giving people the ammunition that they would use to fire against you. And finally, it's happening, okay? And the massive amount of butthurt that I see on Twitter when it's finally happening to the furry community is nothing short but hilarious. We got Fansly, right? A website which deals with adult content and is now issuing compliance letters to people. And they got new policies, and as you can see, the policies are set by the payment processors. Now, the reason this is hilarious is because last year, payment processors led a jihad against everything anime. Like, major Japanese websites, major stores, where people could even buy safe for work manga and other shit were taken down because the payment processors decided that, no, they don't want to support that. And again, I went on Twitter, and I saw furries supporting this. And so my take regarding it is that obviously not all furries, right? Because the furry community is pretty big. Not all of them were supporting this. But if you're going to be silent and you're going to allow the extremists to speak up, your entire community is going to be described by the extremists. Like, this is how human language operates. This is how things work, right? Like, people from outside your clique, they're not going to sit and understand and delve into your culture. They're going to see the people that speak up from your community, and they're going to assume that everyone agrees with them, right? So when the credit cards went after the Japanese shit, furries were cheering. Now furries are absolutely horrified that the credit cards are going after their shit. And so what is the new policy? Well, the new policy is also built around AI-generated content like chatbots. Okay, so just text on the screen now. Text on the screen is muy problematica for the near future. And the question is like, well, what type of text on the screen? Well, for instance, things that has alcohol and intoxicating substances. So, like, if you're role-playing that you're at a party, or you're having a glass of wine with your wife, not okay. Not okay. I think this may be due to the British government. Like, when you look at the countries in the world, you would see that some of them are more concerned with fiction than others. Usually the countries that are hyper-concerned with fiction, from my personal observation, they seem to invest a lot of resources into that area, while the real shit is growing. Did you notice that? Like, for instance, in Britain, right? I think they're the ones with alcohol and like a complete obsession with cracking down on things that are considered to be non-consent, to the point where wrestling gets affected, right? So like here you have wrestling content. Professional studio adult wrestling is permitted, but amateur or party wrestling content is prohibited. It may be even interpreted as non-consensual activity, even when consensual content that simulates force, struggle, or non-consensual violent policies, right? So like, if you have Batman and Catwoman meeting on the rooftops of Gotham, why can't you watch porn like normal people? Just like flat out, rough core, plap, plap, plap. That's what Visa and MasterCard's allow. Any type of build-up, any type of story, any type of fantasy, right? You're Batman, you met your waifu Catwoman. No, can't have that, because that influences the real world, and we know that's why crime rates are high in Britain. Hopefully cracking down on it is going to solve the problem, right? Oh, what about the... My bad. You shouldn't ever criticize these things, right? Because if you criticize these things from any angle, it's what about the... Like, you shouldn't think that the government has limited resources and can mostly allocate it to one thing or another, or that prosecutors may find it easier to go after people that post text with their chatbot, and it's an easy W, than it is to go after, I don't know, cartels and actual human traffickers, right? Like, no, you shouldn't think like that. This is what about it. Like, no, just trust the government. They're out there doing their best, and more importantly, trust the private companies. They're the ones that really keep you safe. Hypnosis. This is my favorite one. I actually knew an artist that was affected by this. Now the hypnosis mind control thing is not even a kink of mine. But again, I overflow with empathy and compassion for other people. I knew this artist actually had the sick mother, and he was living in a one-room apartment taking care of her. And so he started drawing stuff. Like, for instance, the snake Ka hypnotizing a plump titty waifu. Or a succubasu hypnotizing an incel. You know, the type of, like, trivial shit. It's like, okay, whatever. He was pretty good at it. His art was very detailed. I think he was making like $2,000 a month. Not a lot, but still, you know, like he was a hardworking dude, like he was always drawing. All of a sudden, Patreon cracks down. Hypno content is rape. It's a fetish that doesn't even exist in real life. Like, you can't reproduce it. It's completely fictional. But, you know, like, feminism was strong. We gotta protect women. Like, go watch, instead of like watching fictional shit, go watch real stuff. What are you doing? Go watch OnlyFans. Go watch real stuff, not drawings. So he was really upset. I mean, that destabilized his entire income. I know many other artists that were like this. You know, they didn't get a single warning. There was no conversation. Just out of the blue. Hey, you're not allowed to have alcohol. You're not allowed to do wrestling. You're not allowed, right? Like, retarded stuff. Imagine like an artist that draws not safe for work comic books or shit. And all of a sudden, right? Like, what is the message? Go watch real shit. That's the message. Go watch stuff with real people. Stop watching drawings. And this is my favorite. As you can see here, anthropomorphic content. Our payment processor partners classify some anthropomorphic content as simulated bestiality. A general guideline. Human-like characters with animal ears and tails is permitted, but full fursonas and scaly content are prohibited in adult contexts. Monster Girl Chads, you're safe. Like, furries, look, I'm sorry to say, you dissed the anime community, but we're welcoming and empathetic. If you want to seek refuge amongst our Monster Girl waifus, you're more than welcome. I mean, this is what you wanted, right? This is what you supported. You wanted the degeneracy from the internet to be cleaned up. Well, congratulations. Now, what is it? OnlyFans, Pornhub, like all these websites are considered brand acceptable? Like they're fine? This thing that you're doing, not allowed, disgusting, degenerate. I'm glad that the edges of society are being chipped away. Perfect. Like this is what you wanted, right? This is what you supported. All jokes aside, I do think like they're going to eventually expand to violence. Usually these types of moral panics, they amplify. They don't go away, right? So once they clear up the internet from this, they will want more. They're not going to get rid of adult stuff from the internet because it's way too profitable. And not only that, it's also integrated with the rest of the economy. Politicians watch this stuff as well. Politicians also have stocks into big brands and corporations that deal with this, so they're not going to get rid of it. But what they're probably doing is they're going to change targets. And so another target that would be acceptable is violence. Again, like violence in fiction, not violence in real life, right? So you will be allowed to have violence. But do you need to go into extreme gore? Absolutely not. So they're going to start cracking down on that, you know? And people in the West keep complaining that their entertainment is boring and sanitized while normalizing and supporting the principles that help sanitize their entertainment. Like companies, right? Like imagine this, you're a corporation, you're investing $1 billion into making a movie, an animation, whatever. And you know how flimsy credit card companies are. Like one day, everything is good. The next day, shit that you wouldn't even think about is being banned. Like wrestling. It's like, hold on a little bit. Like I have a scene in my cartoon where like two characters fight and then they kiss. And now you're into a gray area, right? Like once you finish your $1 million cartoon, you need to find someone that shows it, right? Like you need to find the streaming platform. You need to find something. And the streaming platform may have its TOS adjusted based on the payment processors. And so the question is like, are you willing to risk $1 million? No. What you are going to do is you're going to over-censorship yourself. Like stuff that may have been edgy or funny or interesting, you gotta censor it. Imagine Game of Thrones if it was made today. That scene that got a lot of people invested, you know, with Khal Drogo and Daenerys in the tent. Well, that has to go. Again, you don't know. Like you want Netflix to show you, to show your show, right? You're having a scene that simulates non-consent. It's fiction. It's integrated in the story. Who fucking cares? Like the credit cards do not operate like that. They set terms. And then the platform has TOS. And so your story, which, you know, may actually be integrated and may actually have, like, artistic merit, doesn't fucking matter. The season, the first episode where Jamie pushes the kid off the tower. Again, it simulates incest. Very problematic. And so, like, this is what Americans do, right? Like, they care so much about morality that it starts affecting even the fiction they create. And then brands that are hyper-risk adverse and they do not want to push any boundaries, well, they're going to make sure that they don't include even stuff that would be allowed. Because when it comes to tens of billions of dollars, you just can't afford to take any risks like that. And then your entertainment is boring, bland, and sanitized. You're wondering like why Asia is dominated. Because Asia doesn't work like this. Like their rules are clear cut, and at least they're consistent. Like South Korea bans pornography, China bans pornography, but at least they're consistent. Like the creators kind of know that overnight they're not going to get the shit that targets hypnosis or wrestling. It is what it is. You know, I guess our generation just doesn't deserve good entertainment. Like, that's fine. You know, the Chinese people will provide. The South Koreans will provide. Hopefully, the next generation, after enough shit has been sanitized, there will be a pushback. This thing has happened in history before with comic books, with cartoons. Like, overly zealous Karens came up, you know, soccer moms they were called. It came up and they demanded that entertainment be sanitized. And it was. And then their children, out of pure spite at this date, it's like, why are you censoring shit? I'm an adult now. Like, who are you to decide what I can and can't watch? Don't you have a house? Don't you have, like, something else to do? Get the fuck out of my life. And so they pushed on the opposite extreme. And then stuff that was cringe by today's standards, like South Park, was allowed. And now, people are like, oh, well, these degenerates, look what they're doing. We need to bring morality. And it's like a pendulum, you know, it keeps swinging. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on which side you are, we're at the point of regulating. We're regulating what people can type in a fucking chatbot. Like, this is where we're at with regulations. Okay, fine. I guess. But I don't understand why the people that advocated for the regulations are now whining on social media. And they're the loudest voices. They're like, man, look what's happening, man. Like, yeah, but you saw it coming a mile away. Saw it coming a mile away. And not only that, you were encouraging it when it happened to other people. Well, get fucked then, you know? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.